Hello guys, in this video let us discuss service endpoint and private endpoint. And again we will understand these concepts with real world example of housing society. So we have a web app which is hosted in Azure App Service. So we will first quickly discuss the security issue with this web app, and then of course we will understand the solution, that is service endpoint and private endpoint. And then in our next video let's understand Azure Application Gateway and its features. And then in subsequent videos we will use service endpoint and private endpoint to restrict the access to this web app in Azure App Service from application gateway only. Now guys, before we discuss service endpoint and private endpoint in detail, remember important point that these endpoints, that is service endpoint and private endpoint, they are for past services such as Azure App Service, Azure SQL, Azure Cosmos, etc. It is because these services, again Azure App Service, Azure SQL, these services they do not reside in VNet or subnet, and hence to secure these services we cannot apply NSG, that is network security group. And now guys, let's understand what is the security issue with this web app which is hosted in app service. So let's again imagine this is our app service, and again it has web app, and let's say this is the public IP of this app service. So the problem is anybody from public internet can access this app service and again on this public IP. So that's the problem. And apart from this, it has security issues which a typical web app has. So for example, DDoS, bot attacks, cross-site scripting, then SQL injection and more. And basically to solve these security issues we will use application gateway. And now let's first understand what is service endpoint. So let's discuss about service endpoint. So guys, on the left hand side if you see, we have this housing society, that is this green box. So it has this wall compound, and this housing society it has buildings, so this red box. So if you see, we have two buildings, let's say building A1 and building A2, and each of the building it has apartments or flats. So for example, flat number 101, 102, 201, like that. Now we have a dedicated watchman for each of these buildings. So you see, this is the watchman for A1, this is the watchman for A2, and this watchman he decides whether the visitor should be allowed to enter the building or not, right? So on the right hand side again if you see, we have this green box, so that is VNet, and this green border, that is the firewall. So this firewall it provides the protection to this VNet. Now within this VNet if you see, we have this subnet, that is this red box, and then we have this VM within this subnet, and this VM if you see, it has web app. So to secure this VM and to secure the web app within this VM, we have something called NSG, and you can see we can apply the NSG to this subnet, and we have already discussed this. Now there is a film star or a celebrity and he does not want to reside in this housing society because he does not want to reside in an apartment. So he says he wants a villa or a row house. So let's say this is the row house. So great, the celebrity has started living in this row house. But the problem with this row house is anybody or any XYZ person from outside world can straight away enter this row house. So let's say this is XYZ random person, he can straight away enter this row house. So that's the problem. So this celebrity he comes to us and he says that please provide me the protection. So what we will do in this case is, first we will restrict the access to this row house from outside world. So not any random XYZ person should be allowed to enter this row house. So first restrict access to outside world, and only the resident of this housing society he should be allowed to enter this row house. So let's say this is the guy and he is the resident of this housing society. So only this guy, he should be allowed to enter this row house. So maybe we can provide some gate pass, and that gate pass can mention that this person or this guy, he is the resident of this housing society, and then that gate pass, it will be checked at this row house, and then he will be allowed an entry. Great. Now similarly, we have this app service over here. This is app service, and again it has web app. So as on today, any request from public internet, see guys, this is public internet, it can reach to this web app over this public IP. So let's say this is the public IP. So any request can reach this public IP. So again, this is public IP, okay? So to secure this app service using service endpoint, again the first thing, we will use access restriction such that no request from this public internet should be allowed. So we will use app service access restriction. And again guys, second, here we use something called gate pass, okay? You remember? And second, only the request which is originating from this VNet, again this green box, only the request which is originating from this VNet, it should be allowed to access this web service. So again, here we will create something called service endpoint, which will specify that only the resource from this, let's say from this subnet, only that resource can access this app service over this public IP. Again guys, you see this is public IP, right? So second is, we will create service endpoint. Now guys, can you find the problem with this solution? See, though only the person from this housing society can enter this row house, but still that person is entering this row house over this public door. See, this is a public door. So this public door, it is still visible to this outside world. Similarly, though only the request from this VNet or from this subnet is allowed using this service endpoint, still the request is being made on this public IP. So that's the problem. Ideally, request should not be made to this public IP, but rather the private IP of this app service. And hence we have the another solution, that is private endpoint. And so now let's discuss private endpoint. So again, we have this celebrity and he has this row house. And again, we have this app service over here. And this is the public IP. So this is app service. And again, it has web app. And this is public IP. So when we discuss about private endpoint, an underground tunnel will be created from this housing society to this row house. So let's say we create this tunnel from this housing society to this row house. So this tunnel, you see, it starts over here and it ends over here, and again in this row house it ends below the ground. So a resource or resident of this housing society can simply start from over here, and using this tunnel he can simply reach this row house, and again all way through underground. So you can see, though we have this public door over here, but this public door, it is closed, and again this public door is closed, and you see this outside world, it is not even aware that there is such tunnel which exists, and that tunnel ends up at this row house below the ground. So you can see the end, or the exit door for this tunnel which is there in this row house, outside world cannot see it. So similarly, in private endpoint, from this VNet, that is this green box, we will create a private endpoint from this VNet to this app service. So guys, you can see this is a private endpoint, and it starts from this VNet and it ends to this app service. So as you can see, a resource from this VNet, for example, let's say this VM, he can access this app service over this private IP. So you can see this is a private IP, and in fact this entry point for this app service, it is not even visible to this public internet. So again guys, see, this is public internet, right? And in fact what happens is, this app service, okay, it gets extended within this vnet. So you can see this app service, actually it will be included or it will be extended within this vnet. So you can say our app service now actually residing in this vnet, and this is its private IP. So let's say this is the private IP. So a tunnel has been created from within this VNet to this app service, something like this, and this VM is simply accessing this app service over this private IP. So that's the overall concept of private endpoint. And finally, behind the scene, this private endpoint uses private link. The meaning is the resources which support private link. For such resources, we can create private endpoint. Again guys, don't remember this private link. We just need to understand the concept of private endpoint only. Okay. So we have discussed service endpoint and private endpoint. So finally, what we want? So we want that traffic to this web app which is hosted in this web service, it should be allowed from subnet containing application gateway only. And for that, we will first use service endpoint. And again, as we have discussed, service endpoint is probably not the best of solution. So after that, we will use private endpoint. Okay. So that's it guys. Thanks for listening.